Hey, once again everybody, welcome to another Foosh video review. This time we're going to be taking a look at Black Bolt from the San Diego Comic-Con Thanos Imperative box set from this past year. Black Bolt is a figure we have seen before in Marvel Legends, but thankfully we're seeing him again because that last figure was from the era when Hasbro was still figuring things out and feeling their way around in a dark room, and that figure wasn't a whole lot to write home about. So fortunately we're seeing another Black Bolt now, and this figure is considerably better. He, like most of the figures in the box set, he's a repaint and a retool of a previously released figure, so there's a lot of parts that he shares with the Bucky Cap figure. There's Carnage with the Bucky Cap figure. Bucky Cap is of course one of the new standard quote-unquote bucks that have been seeing a lot of reuse. So, I mean, basically everything here is the Bucky Cap except for the head, the forearms and hands, and the lower legs. Other than that, it is Bucky Cap. And, well, there's one other thing that doesn't come from Bucky Cap, and that would be, let's see here, the little wings of his on his back. On the older Black Bolt figure, and I apologize for not having a comparison because I no longer own that figure. On the older figure, that of course was done with soft goods. It was a fabric thing. But here, they're just kind of obtrusive. They stick out the back of his arms like this. There's really no good place for them to go. They're not articulated in any way. So, I mean, he really only looks good from all angles when he's posed just like this. That's the only time the quote-unquote wings of his kind of work. Otherwise they're just kind of sticking out of the back of his arms all oddly. But regardless, I think it is overall still a better execution than what we saw before with the previous Black Bolt figure. This guy is kind of worthy of the new Marvel Legends from Hasbro. Let's get a close-up on his face here. Yeah, it's a nice, handsome head sculpt. I could almost see it being reused, retooled and reused to make maybe Havoc or someone like that because, you know, obvious comparison is obvious. Black Mask, of course, must be Havoc. But that's just the association I make right off the bat. His mouth is suitably closed, so he's not leveling whole towns when he opens his mouth. It would have been kind of interesting and neat, and I'm wondering if we're going to see this on the third-party circuit, but it'd be kind of cool to get a Black Bolt with a screaming head. That would just be kind of cool. I'd love to have that on my shelf, a screaming Black Bolt. So, he does come with his lovely wife in the box set as well. Let's get a shot of them posed together. Medusa just cannot... And let's get Cap out of there. Again, like Black Bolt, Medusa is mostly a nice figure, but she has a host of her own issues, which you'll be able to check out in her own video shortly. So let's just focus on Black Bolt for now. And I think it's kind of timely, because last night I was perusing the internet, and it's looking like Vin Diesel is hinting at his involvement in an upcoming Inhumans movie, and right away people were assuming, well, Vin Diesel's going to be Black Bolt, of course. It would be really interesting to see if that were to happen. Some people are thinking maybe Vin Diesel will be Gorgon, but I don't know. I could kind of see him as Black Bolt. Now, in terms of articulation, if you have any of the other figures using this body, you know what you're getting. Head is on a swivel and a hinge. He's got good range of motion in his shoulders despite having these things. I mean, they almost look like guillotine blades when he moves his arms. His joints are on the rubbery side. I mean, look at that. I haven't seen joints this rubbery since a long shot from the Toy Biz days. So be aware of that. But he's got double elbows, but the gauntlet here, his glove, kind of gets in the way of that. Let's see, good range of motion in his hips. And he's got a thigh swivel, double knees, calf swivel, and those new Hasbro rocker ankles. And a pretty good ab crunch, too. So he's got a decent range of articulation. All the standard articulation is there. Nothing new, no surprises. I mean, look at how weird that looks with the wings. It just looks weird. I wish there had been a better solution than that, even though, I mean, it's crazy that of the two Black Bolt figures, this one's wings are the better alternative. That's just nuts. But there we go. And from the back, it just looks strange. Like, I don't know what a better alternative would be. I'm sure some customizer out there is already thinking up all sorts of things we can do with him to make him better. And I can't wait to see what they do with them. Now, I'm happy to report right out of the package, my Black Bolt was perfectly fine. I had no quality control issues. Nothing was stuck. Nothing was super loose. I didn't have to use the hair dryer. Didn't have to put him in the freezer. Everything moved exactly as it was supposed to. And his paint apps are really clean, as you can see. I didn't have to touch up anything here either. Paint is usually the one thing I will touch up when it comes to customizing. But I didn't have to. He just ended up looking really good. Everything's clean, everything's pretty much perfect here, except for the rubbery joints, but that's what everybody's going to get across the board here. So this is the new Marvel Legends Black Bolt from the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Thanos Imperative box set. It's kind of a bummer that a new Black Bolt, a good Black Bolt figure, had to be available only as a convention exclusive. That was very difficult for many people to get. It was available for about 30 minutes the first time. It's been up on Hasbro Toy Shop again, so if you're after Black Bolt or anyone else in this set, and you should be because it's a pretty good set, then just keep trying, because I feel like it's worth it. The set worked out nicely for me. I ended up wanting every single character, every single figure. And Black Bolt here was one of the ones I was looking forward to the most. I'm not disappointed in him. I think the wings are weird, but that's the worst I can say about him. Otherwise, I am a fan. I like Black Bolt. And depending on when that Inhumans movie, that rumored Inhumans movie is coming out, we could see a Black Bolt movie figure sometime down the line, not too far. So that could be another option if you end up not being able to get this one. So let us know what you think by commenting below. Subscribe to the Fwoosh. Thanks for checking us out once again, and we'll see you next time.